found the perfect layering garment and hackable cardigan pattern for the spring and summer, and this is part 3 of my 3-part sew along series for the Teifi cardigan from Itch to Stitch. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Wow, part 3 of the Teifi cardigan already. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been doing a 3-part mini series of the Teifi cardigan from Itch to Stitch. Part 1 went through fabric choices, pattern sizing and cutting out. Part 2 was last Saturday and that was the sew along. So today we're on part 3 and it's a review of the pattern and pattern hacking. I'm wearing the cardigan or jacket that I made up in the sew along. I did it in a knitted jacquard fabric. It's quite a structured fabric with some stretch to it. I've done the cropped version of the jacket, put the pockets on the front, and it comes, so it's sitting just at the top of my jeans. These are the Hussard jeans from Maison Fauve and it goes really well with them. So, what are we going to do about hacking this pattern? Because it already comes in a cropped, a hip length, long and short sleeved versions of the pattern in the pack. So you're getting good value from the pattern straight out of the packet. It also has B and C cup sizes, so no bust adjustments to do. Winner, winner. And it comes in a great size range from a UK size 6 up to a 36. So covers all the bases on the sizing and the bust adjustments to make life super easy for all of us. I made up a size UK size 6 in the B cup and it's a good fit on me. Just for reference, my bust measurements are 35/36. So if you're in that sort of size range, then a size 6 will work well for you. Well, this is the pattern straight out of the packet. And today we're going to talk about hacking the pattern. Now, by hacking, I mean use that pattern as a base to create it a little bit differently, bring the changes so that you get more value, more bang for your buck from your pattern. Now, this is part of my mini capsule wardrobe series. We've already done Seasons of East dress from the Summer in New York dress from Seasons of East. We've done the Mariko top from Notches Patterns, and we've also done the Pietra pants from Closet Core Patterns. So we're doing the Teifi cardigan. We've done the first 2 parts and this is the last one. And then the final garment in this sew along series is going to be the Pona jacket from Helen's Closet, and we start that one next week. But let's talk about hacking the Teifi cardigan. So this was the sew along option straight out of the bag. Now, in part 1, you will have noticed that I gave stretch denim as one of the options to use for fabrics, and a few of you have said, ooh, I'd be interested to see how that turned out. It's amazing. So I'll just do a quick change and then we'll talk about making the Teifi in stretch denim. So here we go. I've made it in. If you can see, the denim does have a reasonable amount of stretch. It's a mid-weight denim. I didn't know whether I'd need to size up or not, but I ended up doing it in the size 6 the same. I've put the pockets on. It's an exact copy of the one I've just done that we did in the Sewalong. It's just been done in denim. I've done some contrast top stitching on it and then some lovely blue bias binding around the collar, and I've replicated that fabric on the under flap of the pocket flap just because I thought it might be a little bit bulky with 2 layers of denim. So we've just gone for some quilting cotton for the underneath layer. I've done buttons and buttonholes on it. You could, I suppose, do press studs. So let's fasten this up and then you can see the true fit. It feels quite comfortable actually because it's a stretch denim. Let's go right up to the top. I never fasten this top button, but we will do for show and tell purposes. So there we go. That's what it's like. I'll just show you the back and then you can see it's a good fit. There isn't a yoke on this pattern. It's quite a simple, straightforward pattern. I've made no alterations to it. I've followed the pattern exactly as I did with the Sewalong. Just done it in stretch denim. And I think it's worked really, really well. So the only things I'd suggest if you're planning on doing a stretch denim one is put cotton on the inside of your pocket flaps and maybe even on the underside of the collar as well, depending on how heavy your denim is and how your machine will cope. My machine will go through numerous layers of fabric, but if you've got a smaller machine that might struggle with the layers, then possibly put quilting cotton or plain cotton fabric as your undercollar. And I haven't put interfacing in the button placket because there were 2 layers of denim and I thought that was enough. It didn't need the interfacing as well, but that's a personal thing. But yeah, worked a dream, and this will get worn loads and loads over the summer. I didn't have a denim jacket, if you like. I've got denim style jackets in my wardrobe, but none in a denim blue. But I have now. So that's the denim one. The next thing that I made was, I just thought, I wonder what it's like without the collar on. So let's have a look at an option that doesn't have the collar. So hack number 2 is to take the collar off, and it looks like a completely different jacket. And I've not put the pockets on the breast pockets either and done the short sleeve version. This has been done in a French terry and I've made it a little bit snugger fit because by doing the seams a little bit wider, because I wanted it to be like a top rather than a jacket. I can open it and wear it over a little vest top, but it's not too baggy, all buttoned up and done as a top on its own. So again, my preferred length is the crop length, and I hope you can see it's got less room in the back. It's more fitted to be more like a top. So how did I sort out the collarless version? I'll just take it off and then I can show you the inside and then you'll understand how I've managed it. So to do it without a collar, I've created a front and back facing for it, and instead of sewing the collar on, I've sewn the facing on, understitched it, overlocked the edge of the collar, and then the edge of the facing, sorry, and then I stitched in the ditch where the shoulder seams were, just to hold it all in place. And voila, I love it. So these are the pieces that I cut out for my facing. So this is the back one. So I got the back pattern piece, laid it flat on some tracing paper, traced round the shoulder, the seam, and down the centre of the back by 4 inches, and then just drew that curved line in myself, and that is your back facing. That side goes on the fold, and that is the shoulder seam. And then I did the same with the front facing. Only thing I did was where you look at the centre front piece and there's a proper line down for the fold of the facing for your placket, I folded that over and then traced it, because you don't want your facing to come all the way to the end. You'll end up having to cut some of it off because it just needs to tuck under your placket facing. And that's it. So I folded that over and then I did the same thing. There's the shoulder, trace it down the front, down that front, and then drew that line in across there, and I've got a front facing piece as well, and I can use them again and again now. So yeah, quite simple. So then the facing I've tucked underneath the front placket so that it all stays in nice and neat. Now, one thing I thought that I might do, and I may well still do it, is top stitch on the outside all the way round the facing so that it stays in place and doesn't flap around. Or the other alternative that I want to think about is maybe putting a label on the outside on the back and put that on with a satin zigzag stitch all the way around, and then that will hold the facing in better at the back. The fronts are fine, it's just flipping out a little bit at the back because there's nothing holding it down. So I think the label will be the answer to that one. So yes, that version is an easy hack, and it can be a cardigan the same. You could do it long sleeved and leave it as a cardigan. I've done mine short sleeved, and as I said, I've cinched the side seams in a little bit more, come in by about only 1/4 of an inch on each side at the side seams, just to cinch it in a little bit and make it more fitted so that I can wear it as a top, which was my idea in the first place. I would wear it buttoned up as a top. And in French terry, perfect for spring. So hack number 2 complete. And then I had a third hack idea. So I'll just go and get changed and then we can talk about that one too. Here we go. This is the last hack idea. Yes, it just looks like it is the Teifi cardigan. I've done the short sleeves. Now this has been done in a cotton jersey, which is a lot more lightweight. It's got the button placket, no pockets on it. I'm loving this fabric. This was from Little Legs Fabrics, so if they've still got it, I will pop the link below. And while I remember, this fabric was from, I want to say Liz Parker. I will check. I'll put the name below, and if they've still got it, I'm sure they have, I will pop the link for this as well because it's beautiful French terry. So this is not a jacket. It's actually a dress. So, and it's a long dress. So it's got a gathered skirt on it. I've used the top part is the Teifi cardigan, short sleeved, exactly as out of the packet with the collar on. And then when I've done the button placket, instead of hemming it, oh, that's what I did, I shortened it by 1.5 inches because you have a 1.5 inch hem on the jacket and I wanted this to land in the same place as the crop jacket. So I took the hem off the bottom and then just did the buttons and the buttonholes, sewed the two plackets together at the bottom, and then, so to create the skirt part of it, I used a pattern that I've already got and used the skirt pattern piece, but they are just an oblong, so you don't really need to. All you need to do is decide how much gather you want in your skirt. And I would say at least 1.5 times, measure the front and back, add them together, add at least 50% on. Mine, I think, was 75%. And then that's the width of your two oblongs, one for the front, one for the back. Divide that by 2, cut 2 of them out to the length that you want it. Just do 2 rows of gathering stitch along the top. Your bodice is already made. Sew them together, overlock the seam, hem it, and you've got a dress. What's not to like about that? I am so chuffed with this. Such a simple hack, but I think a stunning result. If you follow me, you'll know that I tried to do the Aspen dress from Fabric Godmother and it was an epic fail. It was huge on me. This is a brilliant hack for me. I can do this now in a woven fabric as well if I want. Might have to get it with a little bit of stretching, but I'm not so sure whether you need any stretch at all, if I'm honest, because you've got your buttons, and as long as you don't do your waist really cinched in, and this isn't, it's a bit loosey-goosey, any woven fabric. There's an idea. So I might try and do this in the chambray that I wanted to do the Aspen dressing and ended up with a hinterland. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll pop the link to that vlog below and you'll see what a disaster the Aspen was on me. But anyway, back to the Teifi. So what do I think of the Teifi cardigan? I'm sure you can all guess that I flipping love it. It's a good one for ladies who are vertically challenged like me. If you're not, then don't do the crop version, do the hip length version, and that might suit you better. It's great that it's got the different cup sizes. They are really good to follow instructions for it, but if you're a visual learner, then pop and watch last week's vlog, which was the sew along that I did for it. I think it's perfectly doable for a beginner, maybe a confident beginner, just because there's a collar, but it's a great introduction to doing colours. It's a brilliant cardigan or jacket and great for the capsule wardrobe collection that we're doing together. So I hope you found that informative. I hope you'll agree that the hacks all worked and worked brilliantly. And if you want any more information and help, please just comment below and I will get back to you. Before I go, I just want to give you all a little quick reminder that I do have a KOFI account, and if you're enjoying my capsule wardrobe sew along collection, I would really appreciate it if you fancied buying me a cheeky latte over on my KOFI account, and I will bob the link below. I do these sew-alongs free of charge, accessible for anybody, and please don't feel that you have to pay. But if you're in a position to contribute and you're enjoying the sew-alongs, then my KOFI account is the place to go. So there we go, that's the Teifi cardigan, all completed, all the hacks done. I hope you've enjoyed. Next Saturday is going to be the start of the Pona jacket that you all voted for from Helen's Closet. So if you're looking for a spring / summer casual, wear anytime, wear with anything kind of jacket, then this is going to be the one for you. So I will see you all on Monday for my makes and plans, and next Saturday for the start of the Pona Sewalong. Take care, hope you've enjoyed doing the Teifi with me, and I will see you all soon. Bye!